Welcome to module number 3. Today we're going to be talking about something that might seem really simple because frankly it is. And honestly, if I was told about this back when I was starting, I probably wouldn't really, I'd kind of be like, so what? But now that I've actually gone through owning a company, I cannot tell you how important this is. And so I wanted to dive straight into this up front. It's going to be the most asked question, the most important question, the most answered question. So you'll have to conjure an answer for this the most. And what's interesting is for me, I didn't realize how much the answer to this question underlined all of my decision-making process for everything until I had a clear answer and I realized, oh, that clear answer is what's causing me to make this decision this way quickly and correctly. And anyways, that was when I kind of realized the power. And what I'm talking about is a very simple question. We're talking about what? What is your company? A lot of people, they'll say, let's say in passing, they might be like, that guy owns a company. And then the other person is like, oh, that's really cool. What's it called? Okay, cool. What do you do? And I have myself and also observed others stumble over the words like crazy. They're trying to figure out, well, how interested is this person? How into the nitty gritty do I go? Do I even tell them much? I don't even want the focus on me right now because then I'm going to feel like I'm trying to sell them on my products and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to feel. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know. Like it at least to me and a lot of others that I've observed, that's exactly how it feels. It feels like a lot of pressure. So what we're going to do today is figure out the answer to that question. When you're in small talk and someone says, oh, what does your company do? This is how you answer it, okay? The simplest answer has two components, okay? And what's funny is those two components are actually two questions. The who and the how. The who is our ideal customer, keyword ideal, and how is our service. And I didn't put here, but it's your main service. You're the one you're known for, okay? So it really is as simple as answering those two, but a lot of people don't even think to take a step back and answer them. For me personally, the ideal customer was rich guys, and the how, cleaning nice cars. So, rich guys, cleaning nice cars. You can see that we're starting to form the sentence. Now all I had to do was put into a one-liner. I clean nice cars for rich guys. And boom, there it is. That is the simplest way to find the answer to what. Anytime anyone asks you what, you're going to be asked so many times, this is how you find your answer. And frankly, I wish that I knew this sooner. It's one of those things that's so simple, but if you don't just take a second to figure this out, and if you don't know even how to figure it out with total clarity, will cause you to waste a ton. Like genuinely, I wasted so much time and money. I was on the phone with a friend the other day explaining this to him, and I told him I literally thought about it, and I'm not joking when I say I wasted thousands of dollars, literal thousands of dollars of unearned money because of the lack of clarity since I never answered this question. And actually, one of the things you're going to see in the written text is a quote from Hormozy where he hits this nail on the head. Because what a lot of you are going to say is, well, I couldn't possibly fit all that I do into one-liner. Like, I could do this, I can do that, I can also do this other thing, and I could do it for this person, I could do it. I understand, but if you come into it with that perspective, that is exactly why you will fail. Because that's what I came into it with. And until I straightened this out, I was failing, okay? Anyone who had a car that would let me clean it, I would clean it. And any type of clean, I would clean. And because I was thinking, I have the skill set, I can apply it here, let's do it. They have money, great. If you want to do that, go for it. The idea here isn't to stop you from taking a job you want to take. The idea is, let's form the basis for your brand. So at least then you know what your brand is. That way, if someone asks you something outside the scope of your brand, at least you know you're taking a job outside the scope of it. Too many people don't even know where their brand sits, and they're just taking anything and everything, and soon enough, they don't even have a brand to speak of. Does that make sense? Furthermore, the second that I clearly identified my what and how, and started saying no to anything and everything that didn't fall within that, my income took off. Why? Because you become specialized, you become referred within that group, and you become really good. Not to mention, you're most profitable in those situations. So then you're able to give more value, and then you become more profitable and you have more value to give. And it just is a upward spiral. You know, everyone hears about downward spirals. This is an example of an upward spiral. Then I had the profitability to where if a job came in outside the scope of my brand that I really wanted to take, I could take it. Why? Because I had the capacity. Does that make sense? And so to circle back around to Alex Hormozi's quote, that's one of the things that he talks about is the fallacy of like this versus that. He's like, people come to him, and I have the exact quote put down, but the concept he's talking about is people come to him and say, I do this thing and I do this thing and I do this thing, or they'll say, which of these things, should I do? And he's like, yes, any of those things can work, but not all of them at the same time. To think that you're going to do 10 things and with 1/10 of your attention on each of them, outcompete someone who's putting all of their attention into each of them is just an ego thing. Okay, especially when you're new, you have the disadvantage. So what you have to do is use the advantage of focus. Now, this isn't to say that you can't branch out or become multifaceted one day as you grow. The idea is just, while you're starting off, you play to all of your advantages. One of the things you don't have as an advantage is power behind you. You don't have a team, you don't have referrals, you don't have reviews, you don't have systems and processes and all this stuff. So you have to put all of your focus and power into one service to one target customer. Now, who are you to even know what that will be yet? Like what the perfect service for you is and what the perfect customer for you is. True, that is a very valid objection. And the point isn't that you pick one now that you stick with over the years. It will morph and evolve over time as you learn the industry and as you get better. But at least knowing, okay, at each given point in time, I need to have that. And if I pick a customer and a service now, and I go do it and I learn something, I can now pivot and say, actually, this service to this customer is better, or this service was right, but this is the customer that actually needs it, et cetera, right? And you will pivot. A good entrepreneur is able to set a plan and execute on that with clarity and precision while also being able to be nimble and pivot, okay? But you have to come into it with clarity. You have to use the disadvantage to your advantage, which is, yes, I don't have a whole team. I don't have huge capacity and power. What that means is when I focus on you, you have all of my focus. When I focus on this project, it is my baby. Does that make sense? And that's how you turn it to your advantage and you become really good at this one thing. You grow, you branch out, and now you have a brand to speak of. Say, if you have access to the assets, just click into the what formula. The what formula will give you 2 questions that you have to answer, and then it has a formula where you just plug them in, and then you will have a one-liner of exactly what you do, the exact way that I would put it. It just helps save a little bit of time and make it a little bit clearer. Clarity is king. That is the whole point of why this whole course is made. This is one aspect of the clarity that you need before you start. You have now nailed it down. Let's move on to the next one. Let's go. You're getting there. Like by the way, you're getting there. You're actually doing it, and in a few more lessons, you're gonna be ready to go. I hope you are understanding how exciting this is, and I hope that, especially at the beginning, because things are always so sexy, right, when you're starting off, I hope at the beginning you're really getting excited, starting to see your dream become reality. Enjoy it. Allow yourself to enjoy it, because it's an adventure you're embarking upon. It's like you're staring down the trail up the mountain, and you're saying, whoa, this is becoming real. Anyways, let's move on to the next one.